Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, and today we're diving deep into a verse that brings so much hope and encouragement. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. This verse is a favorite for many, and for good reason. It speaks to God's plans for our lives, and I can't wait to explore it with you. So let's get started. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." To really understand this verse, we need to look at the context. Jeremiah was a prophet during a difficult time for the Israelites. They were in exile in Babylon, far from their homeland, feeling lost and hopeless. Can you imagine being uprooted and forced into a foreign land, wondering what would happen to your future? That's the situation they were facing. In this challenging context, God sends a message of reassurance through Jeremiah. He reminds the Israelites that even in their struggles, He has a plan for them. This is important because it tells us that God is aware of our circumstances and cares deeply about our lives. The meaning of plans. Now, let's unpack the word plans. When we think of plans, we often envision our own goals, dreams, or life path. But God's plans go beyond what we can see. They encompass not just our individual lives, but also the greater story of redemption and purpose that He is weaving throughout history. God's plans are not just about prosperity in the way we might expect, like wealth or success. Instead, they focus on our spiritual growth, our relationships, and ultimately, our eternal future with Him. Prosper you and not to harm you. When God says He has plans to prosper you and not to harm you, it's a declaration of His intentions toward us. It reassures us that God does not desire for us to suffer without purpose. Instead, He seeks to guide us toward experiences that will nurture us and help us grow. This doesn't mean that we won't face challenges. Life can be tough, and we may encounter obstacles that feel overwhelming. However, the assurance is that God is with us through those trials. His plans are for our ultimate good, even when we can't see it in the moment. The phrase hope and a future is perhaps one of the most comforting parts of this verse. Hope is vital for our lives. It fuels our dreams and gives us the strength to keep going even when times are tough. But what does it mean to have a future? In the context of our faith, it means that God has an eternal perspective. Our lives on earth are temporary, but the hope we find in Him extends beyond this life. We are invited into a relationship with Him that lasts forever. Application in our lives. So how can we apply this verse to our daily lives? First, we need to cultivate trust in God's plan. This means recognizing that His timing and methods might be different from what we expect. One practical step is to spend time in prayer. Share your concerns and dreams with God. Ask Him to help you trust in His plans. And don't forget to express gratitude for the good things in your life. Thankfulness helps shift our focus from anxiety to appreciation. I'd like to share a personal story. There was a time in my life when I felt completely lost. I had plans for my career, but things didn't go as expected. I struggled with anxiety and uncertainty. But through prayer and seeking God, I began to understand that His plans were different, but also better than what I had envisioned. I found peace in letting go of my worries and trusting Him. I want to encourage you today. If you're feeling uncertain or anxious about your future, remember Jeremiah 29 verse 11. God is there for you. His plans are good, and He has a purpose for your life. Take a moment to reflect on what that might mean for you personally. What dreams or worries do you need to lay before Him? Trust that He knows where you're headed. So, as we wrap up, hold on to the hope that comes from Jeremiah 29:11. God is working in your life, even when you can't see it. If this message touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need encouragement today. Comment below with your thoughts or share your favorite verse. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.